Hey, what's up, guys? This is Garrett Fuller with MMORPG. I am with my two good friends, Starr and Richard Garriott at E3 2015, and we are going to talk about Shroud of the Avatar. And we were just having a really good conversation about the development with Shroud and where you guys have gotten to the game. And you said a lot of the core features are starting to be in the game now, and you're starting to work on a little bit more refinement type of stuff. And it's really exciting. So do you want to kick it off? Go ahead,
sure.
Rich. You just talk to the
Yeah,
camera and tell everybody what's up.
as we were saying, we now are basically at the point where at least one pass has been made at most all, if not all, of the primary gaming systems.
Right.
And so now is the time where we're doing two things that I think is really exciting. One is we're now circling back to things like combat, which obviously is probably the number one thing that needs to be strong, and giving it a substantial overhaul. So you'll see the beginnings of that overhaul coming up here in the next release. But another thing that's coming, the other part that I'm particularly excited about is since the main systems are in, now we're getting to all the Lord Britishisms, the things like writable books and public cash chests and the astronomy that came out last release, the things that make it a Lord British game in my mind, and those are now starting to go in, which I find very exciting.
Cool. Starr, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, the combat refinements, we've done one release, we're going to do one more release of that, and then we're going to just keep doing that for probably 2 or 3 more releases. But one of the fundamental changes we made was, we have this kind of new system where your skills are dealt to you, and one of the changes we made is you can still play that way, but you can assign a key, like a number, where that skill will always show up on that, even though it's dealt to you, and you can assign multiple ones to it. You always know, like for instance, the way I use it is I have all my short quick attacks on the 1 key, then I have all my like stuns and debuffs on the 2 key, and then I leave 3 and 4 as sort of wild cards so I can do combos.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, the deck system's a tricky one. I mean, it really is, but I think you guys have the scope to get it right and get it clear for people.
Well, one of the things that on this whole deck subject, it was funny because early on amongst the team, everybody was really excited about this, and I was actually the holdout.
Yeah,
I was the naysayer, but also in the community there were a number of people on my side, and even were going like, Lord British, how are you letting these people go do something other than what you would like? And I'm going like, well, first of all, you don't understand game development. We all pass authority down to each other, so that's just the way it is.
Right.
That being said, I was still the holdout up until recently, and now I've not only switched, and I was using a locked deck always previously. With this new system, I've now flipped. And so now I'm using dealt decks, and I'm now in the mode of, let's start purging this locked deck stuff out, because I'm now so happy with the new dealing system in the game.
Cool.
Yeah, we're also going through every single skill, every single spell, and we're saying, is it fun? Does it feel right? We've been refining a bunch of the animations, so there's a really clear strike moment. We're improving the feedback, the visceral feedback you're getting. Like, even in things like PvP, we now do player-to-player collision.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which means shield walls work.
Yeah,
that's big.
Yeah.
Especially for real-time combat and stuff like that.
And when you hits push the players and the targets back slightly, and that scales based on how much damage was dealt.
Oh, wow.
So that's a big change that's going to be going in the next release. So a lot of wholesale. It's our primary focus right now is getting the combat, and then the secondary focus is, like Richard said, getting all the tools in the players' hands so they can make content, because the player events that we have in the game, literally every single day, there's at least 2 to 5 different player events happening in the game because of the tools we keep giving them to do that.
That's great, and that's a trend you guys had always had. I can remember going back into Ultimate days and going to big player events in the game. And, I got to log in at 8. I got to be there for this, and it's all player driven. I love the geocaching aspect you guys are putting in. That's a fun, have the chests and be able to put stuff out there for people.
Well,
to
what that lets the players do is now a community group, one player town, for example, can have a rumor going around like, the Gravedigger's up to something nefarious, I just know it.
Right.
And if you go search the Gravedigger's house, you might find some notes about where he picked up some body parts. There might be in other towns even. And then you can find notes in other towns, or go search these publicly available chests in other towns to find additional clues that can even lead you up to the finale of getting treasure that the players put there for you to have. And so it really lets the players create complete quests on their own.
Wow, that's really cool. What about some of the other systems that you guys are adding in as well? Anything more coming to crafting and tweaking stuff like that?
Well, so as Richard mentioned, we now have a full functional celestial mechanic system where there's multiple planets orbiting, there's constellations, and all those happen on a periodicity where there are celestial events like the planet X is in constellation Y. And probably 3 releases from now, that'll be linked to, say, the crafting system. So there will be certain elements that you can only add to a weapon or armor when that constellation event is happening. Or there'll be spawns, things, creatures, or events that happen in the game only when those celestial mechanics happen. And players will have tools to be able to look into the heavens and figure out when those alignments will happen.
That's such a cool concept. That's so awesome. It's like, no, wait, the moon is in Jupiter 7 or whatever,
That's
and
it.
I gotta get that axe made now, or I'll lose whatever Bane ability. That's awesome.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I love that idea. So wow, guys, it seems like things are going really great now. I'm sure for the backers and the fans out there and everybody, the fact that you're now hitting refinement stages of the game and you're really moving along and progressing, it's an exciting time, man, for Shroud. I mean, it really is. So.
Yeah, we definitely still have our work cut out for us. The thing that's pushing our schedule the hardest is just creation of all the maps and places to go explore and visit. And we're gonna do a little staffing up here over the next couple of months to try to make that not the item that pushes us. But that's right now the thing that pushes the hardest against the end of the year. And but we'll hopefully be addressing that here.
We'll get there. Yeah. Star's on schedule. That's what I learned.
Well, that's the one thing I'm most proud of the team is that for 18 months now, every single month, the last Thursday of the month, 10:30 a.m., we put a new release out, and we've had 0 downtime the entire time.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
and that's really, like I said, you deserve a medal in something.
I've got a medal. Yeah. There we go.
I think that is just can't be overstated how shocked, frankly, I am that we have been successful in launching on time every month and literally 0 downtime, unscheduled downtime on the servers. Yeah. I'm flabbergasted. I'm so proud of the team.
It's great. It's great, guys. So cool. Well, take us out. Tell everybody what you want to say, and we'll say goodbye from me.
Thank you to all our backers, and if you'd like to become a backer, go to shroudoftheavatar.com and you can join us and play.
Awesome. Yeah.
Make sure to level up your MMO knowledge by visiting MMORPG.com, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and by following us on social media. To catch up on the week's biggest MMO news, watch our latest MMO FTW. And to see if there's a better MMO out there for you, watch one of our latest First Impressions videos. Thanks for watching.